Alright, that's not on the screen. That's everything's okay. Let's look at the options before we get started, just because. Ooh, screen shake, screen flash, and ooh, a CRT filter. That's always nice. Hey everybody out there. My name is Dragnix, and this is Primal Light. I probably should wait at least another minute before I start this stream because I need to allow people to get in here, so I'm going to just ramble for a little bit. You have to understand, I'm a little bit tired. I did not get a lot of sleep last night, but this is a game I wanted to stream because it's the perfect indie game in terms of it's a little Metroidvania, it is an interesting art style, and it is using an engine that, the Godot engine, I believe, which is interesting. But, okay. So now that I've rambled for, 30 seconds, this is Primal Light, is $14.99. It came out on Steam today. And it's got about 9 reviews. Most of them are positive, so that's a good sign. But, of course, the only way to really tell is to start playing the game. For options people, we got screen shake and screen flash options so that people, who are sensitive to that, you can turn it off. Got a CRT filter. Bindable keys, of course, that's good. Audio, music and sound, good. Always the first slot. We're gonna play on normal. I would probably play on hard if I was more awake, but I feel like let's go with normal. One night, tragedy befell the peaceful village. I believe it's Metroidvania. Don't quote me on that. I might have misremembered. The problem is that the tags system is the user tag system, aka it's all done before the game actually comes out. Oh, Krog, I am mortally wounded. We are cursed by an ancient god, but you know the tales of our people. 12 artifacts lay scattered across the lines of well, it's different. It's 12 this time. Guarded by traps and dangerous monsters. If you find them, you might be able to avenge the crimes against our tribe and save our people from this curse. Good luck, Krog. Exposition, exposition, exposition. I mean, I'd be a little bit concerned if there are bones already at this point. I mean, yeah, the village is on fire and everything, but I don't think you get bones that quickly. But it's a good representation of death, obviously. Press A to jump. Of course I will. Ooh, anybody in here? Oh. Okay, well, good. I got an extra life. It's a lives system. Okay. That took a third of my health, so this is more of a... I don't want to say Ghost and Goblins kind of game. No, that's being a little bit too far, but it's a every hit counts kind of game. Okay. Press down and A to drop. You have 5 of something. Yeah, but it's lives. Bonfires act as checkpoints. Dark Souls, Dark Souls, Dark... Okay. Obviously, the Dark Souls is going to be a comparison if the checkpoints are fires, but other games did that also, so I'm not going to hold that against them. Besides, it's a nice-looking fire, too. And people know that it's a save point. Press B while on the ladder to slide down. Does B do anything else? So you see, okay, now I like that. I like the fact that you immediately want to break the pot, and because of that, it shows you, hey, there are secrets in the world. That's the kind of secret that you want to show, where it's like, yeah, okay, you can get the secrets here, but on the other hand, let me see if it regenerates here. The fact that there's nothing on that wall at this point, that is going to lead to some interesting problems because of the fact that now it's almost like you have to hit every wall. And that's not going to be fun. So that is a little bit strange in terms of game design-wise. This is a very small ledge, and I have to go on this ledge to get to that ledge. It's a very precise jump, and I don't like it this early on. The colors palette and HUDs definitely make me think of Blasphemous. Yeah, the nice definition of the of his like his pecs and his shoulder muscles and his thighs like really give him a different kind of like unworldly yet like almost like Herculean structure, so it's very easy to notice him. And I do like the fact that the dark outline makes it so it's very easy to see. Ooh, wow, I'm already at. I hit X instead of A. All right, so doesn't look like there's healing items that I've seen so far, so that's interesting. Very early on. Okay, so lives obviously don't regenerate. That makes sense. Roll. Wait for the bird. Animations are easy to see. I do like the animation of the bird, the flap. It's very easy to see where he's moving. The feathers is a good death animation to show. Yep, he's dead. The worm moving around is a little bit unnatural, but makes sense for an early enemy too. You don't want to make it too complicated. Krog looks damn strong, of course. Okay, so up we go. We got, I'm assuming those are, that's supposed to be smoke. Okay, I misjudged that timing very badly. Are those green pipes some sort of healing? It looks like some kind of special attack, maybe? Let's see here. Options, controller. Oh, no, it's a heal. Yeah, it is. Game hasn't taught me that yet, though, so... oh, fudge. So, do I try to destroy that? So, basically, I have 6 health. Unless if I'm able to find replenishing kinds of items. Treasure. You found the fetish of... what? I admit the charm system, I was not expecting the fetish of Enkendu. I don't know... I'm assuming that is not a regular deity, and that is a deity of this world. But still... a little strange, but you know what? Okay. Alright. Skeleton throws bones. Of course he does. He's got a bone to pick with me. Obviously, I've... that's not a fun jump. That's not a fun enemy to face. At that angle. I wonder if that was done to say, hey, you're going to take damage sooner or later. Ooh, and off screen. Yep. Okay. So this is definitely of the harder vein of like, not, I don't want to say super Ghosts and Goblins or anything like that, because obviously it's very early on. But it's not, more like of a Castlevania 1 type of game where it's like, okay, now this AI is interesting because it's definitely staying back and it's using its distance to just basically make it so that it's really hard for me to approach him. Oops. So what do I do? Well, obviously I damage myself by doing that. Gotta be careful of how... Whoa, already... Did I get hurt by the corpse? And I took a half a hit there. So that's interesting. So it's not just a straight hit. Oh, god damn it. The problem there is that it takes 3 to 4 hits to take him down. But with that said... Okay, I need the drop on it. Yeah, okay. You can tell I'm a little tired, just a little bit. I decided that jumping to my death was a better option than, you know, going through the floor. So that one took 4 hits. But I swore that other guy took 3. It's a 16-bit error game, all right. Yeah. So now... So I gotta be careful now, because... Can I go down this way? That's what's down here. Oh, boy. Nope. That was stupid. That was stupid. Well, I got an extra life. That's nice. It looks like it does heal for more than one segment. Oh, god damn it. I made the bad assumption of that the timing on the those smoke things would reset when I went into a new screen, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like it kept its pattern. Because, you know, that guy took 3. I wonder why. Is it because I hit him on the head? Thus being, like, you know, head damage? So there is a... Yeah, that one took 1. So, interesting. That does pose an interesting design problem early on, because unless if you literally teach the player that, or very specifically tell them that, especially when they're like, okay, it takes 4 hits to hit, or 3 hits to hit somebody, and then all of a sudden it's 4, that could lead to a bit of problems. Oh, wait, but okay, no, my talisman. The talisman is why, because I was low health. Can I get a little bit of boost momentum ball to jump? Not that I see. There's a 0.51 second delay on rolling into a jump. So I roll and I can't jump right away. So there's a definite no on that. I do wish that the talisman would be a little bit more... Whoa! Right at me. Jesus. I wish the talisman would show up with, like, maybe a color. Okay, wait for him to... Did I take double damage there? Fuck. Alright. Now, what I don't like is that there's not really there's a little bit of a time, like, but it's like barely anything to react to the new enemy. Whew. So it definitely is bringing back the 16-bit challenging era, but on the other hand, there is definitely a pattern element to this, where you need to know all the patterns of the enemies, and that it's a little bit strange in the modern day time to see that. some of that design was based off arcades. I mean, the fact that you wanted it replayable, you wanted people to keep on spending money. Sure. I don't know what other the coins are for. So it is bringing back the feeling of the 16-bit era, though. So, oh boy. He just feels a little bit like. He just looks a little bit concerning, like he didn't do his taxes. Oh, ow, 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 ow. In this game, patience is probably going to be the biggest virtue, so that you're not dealing a bunch of damage to yourself early on or unnecessarily. Like that. See, and those kind of games, it's the kind of game that, things start to roll on you very quickly in terms of mistakes. Like, if I'm supposed to be sympathetic towards this boss, I feel like the design has done its job. But right now, I feel sort of bad attacking this thing. I don't know what it is about its face. Just it tells me a little bit be a little bit sympathetic. I'm not sure what keys off that throw-up attack. Is it my distance from the enemy? No. Seems to be almost random. God, got greedy there, and I paid for it. I also don't... Is it changing colors? Usually enemies changed colors in the old days to indicate that you were doing damage to them. And I can't tell right now. I feel like it's moving to a darker shade of yellow, but I may just be very tired. Nope, definitely not. Very methodical sort of combat, but I like that your character doesn't seem to have a rigid moveset as a Belmont or something. I do like that, but I think that design-wise, the Belmont, the Castlevania, the whip, I do think that was a really good design choice. So, and this is definitely not a Metroidvania. This is just an old Castlevania 1 type. Oh, I can't hit him on, but I can do that. Okay, so you can't attack on ladders, but you can attack defeatsies. Okay, so now we have crumbling platforms. Just all those bones. That pose, yeah. That pose was... Okay, come on. Alright, up we go. Another skeleton, and... Oh. Took some damage there. Looking for extra lives, things like that. Oh boy. I don't like you. Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks, bug. That was obviously to introduce me to the enemy, but the coins having a real bounce to them. Like, I'm assuming that's to deal with like lava and like spikes so that you can still get the items, but it's just sort of comical how much air they get. Oh, okay, so lava may have been insta-kill, or it may have just been that I don't know how much damage I had on me, so. Considering that there was nothing else that I could buy with my items, or with my coins, I'm assuming that I should be buying as many lives as I can. Now, why did I kill him in 3? I thought it was my... Now I'm really confused because I was able to kill that guy in 3, unless if I hit him twice from below? Real. Okay, so keep on going. Do like the little lava work in the background there. It does give the like right sort of atmosphere. Like you're not just in an area with little lava pockets. You are in like a huge cave. Okay, all the coins. Is there something here? No. That's very Ninja Gaiden-esque. That those areas with the almost the traps that push you back into things. Because I mean I literally fell for it again, but I think part of the problem there is that I don't like. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it? Okay, hold on. 1, 2. Is it the loincloth? Is it the fact that you have a loincloth on? Or is it because you're throwing things at this point? Like, initially it's not clear to me why one's taken 3 and one's taken 4. And that, in a game like that, that is, you know, a big key to things. But I don't know. Okay, so these guys are melee and they take 3. Okay, so then that's consistency is key. Okay, I'm gonna wait for you to get all the way out. There we go. And the body parts also fly around. Coin bound. Take the coins. Get some more coins. Jump. Okay, it looks like we need a key of some sort. Of course. Or just to activate the gate. Take the coin. I like how it sees the light, especially since it's a brighter red. Yeah, it can be a little bit... Like, it's the difference between the enemy types, but it's like... At first, it's like, okay, there's skeletons. Maybe give something else to it, like... For the other skeletons, maybe like some kind of... I don't know. Yeah, better be hitting those walls. Problem is that I don't want to really go exploring too much, because that could be catastrophic if I get it wrong. Okay, so that is an insta-kill. Oh boy, and I'm already at 0 lives. This is great. I wonder if it's a continuous system or not. We'll find out probably. Got a little bit too greedy there. Okay. Up we go. Take the coins. Grab that. Jump onto this, jump onto that, jump onto this, jump onto that, take the coins, hit everything that you can. Okay. I don't like the fact that you literally changed direction on me. I don't like that. Like you were like, oh hey, he's in the area. I got to do something now. Oh fuck. Spikes. And we're gonna go slow here because we don't really want to get skewered. There is a rhythm to it, though, which I'm appreciating. Can you attack while on a ladder? No. I noticed that early on. That no, you cannot attack while you're on a ladder. You have to get off the ladder or something along the line. Okay, up we go. Okay, okay, so there's fireballs. Great, wonderful. Can I roll past? Nope, can't roll past it. Rolled right into that one. Okay, so are we starting from... Okay, so we're starting from level 2 start. All right. Noted. So it's not horribly punishing like others. Although, I don't know if I have a continue system or not. We'll find out. Assuming I make it. Okay, so I did lose all my coins, so that sucks. Nothing, like, I'm not seeing any other signs of secrets early on here. So, that's of note. Man, like, I appreciate the fact that your attacks feel like they do something, like they actually do something with all the, like, things flying around, but they also can get a little distracting in terms of, like, just everything. There's just so much going on. So, and there's nothing there. The thing is that if it takes 250 to get a life, I do wonder, is there really reasons to really go out of the way to get those, like, okay, so it's 5 per each. Yeah, that could make a difference over time. So there, like, this should have, like, this would be a good place for a secret, but it looks like did not mean to heal. Well, got to the save space. Save space? We got to the save space, guys. I swore I was gonna take damage there, but I don't really want to, like, I don't really want to check that specific area because jump and then jump and then jump and then jump and then that's a bomb. There's bombs in well, that's just rude. We gotta wait for him to get, like, halfway across so that we can do the damage that we need to without taking any damage ourselves. Poof. And then that, and then this. We get into the rhythm, we get into the rhyme, and the lime, and sublime. And running out of time. Again, I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired. It's obvious at this point, but I will do my best. I'm actually doing halfway decent, I think. Wouldn't be surprised if later on there's some secret merchant eventually that upgrades your health or healing. Yeah. Maybe. So this keeps on me going that way. But what about this way? Because this is the way that I died at. But obviously I'm assuming that there's going to be one of those charms at the end of this. Because it's out of the way. You got to go through an extra little course in order to do it. I'm not sure how that actually hit me, but okay. Sure. No, damn it. Fudge. Oh, I don't have any heals. Fudge. Wall chicken? Can I have some wall chicken? Oh, fudge. There we go. I'm enjoying the game. I'm giving it time. Right now it's very much a like Castlevania 1 type experience. Do I not get to save again? Oh, I get to display enemy health now. Okay, cool. And I'm hurting, so therefore I'm doing a little bit more damage. Oh no, I'm enjoying myself. If I'm making the impression that I'm not enjoying myself, that's wrong. Nothing. Like I like you taught me that there's secrets, but like I don't see any other secrets. Run. It actually took a little bit to get off that ladder. You know, okay, I was about to say, like, you gave me a bomb, so you would have pissed me off, but no, that was because there was a life behind that. I see you. I see you, game. Really? Another bomb? You gonna do me like that, game? Woo! That could have been bad. Really? Really? More bombs in a row? Oh, Jesus. I don't like the fact that I have no life here. You don't see the secrets because they're secrets. Well, you know what? Yes. No, okay. I want to... How do I want to do this? And up, and up, and hoop, and hoop. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely one of those cheeky games where it's like, yeah, we know what you're doing. We're trying to get into your head. I could go right here. Then I can go right here. Can I? Yeah, I can duck under that. But I can't crawl. So... Okay. Nothing there. Please. Yeah. So the say, like, give me a bonfire, please. I would like a bonfire. I just don't have to worry about... Oh, wait. Yes, please. Oh, so it goes up in amount every time. Okay, 2 extra lives. I will take it. I hope I don't... So there's a boss here, right? Yeah. You just look lovely. Oh, Jesus. No? Okay, so... You see... Oh, bye. Okay. Didn't go well, but you know what? That one life that I had it for a while. I'm willing to take that one. I have nothing. Oh, so you only give me 2. Well, sucks to be me. Do wish the spikes of spears had some sort of visible hole slot. Oh, yeah, no. Shit. It's really hard. It was really hard to see that platform for some reason. I don't know why. Nope. Okay. This fight is not going very well. Wait, do I still have... Okay, so it doesn't show boss enemies health. Still beat ya. With literally a single life. Yes, I am strong, man. Now, I'm supposed to be collecting these elements or something, these 12 items in order to help my guys. It would help to show that I was getting those items. I mean, you really haven't? Okay, so I can't roll under that. Gotcha. You look... I don't know. Wait, A? What was this, Donkey Kong? Is that a skill? You acquired the slide ability. Why is it A? Okay, so now we have a slide ability. Cool. I don't know why it's A. Ow. Ow, you hit me twice? Really? Bastard. Must randomly throw my punches at walls. I guess it's a knife that he's wielding. I know in my... Oh, no, nope. In my initial impressions, I thought he was punching things. But... And he just had green power fists. Fudge, 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 fudge. I admit the developers are just being a little bit too cheeky for their own good. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Really? Am I supposed to use the slide into a jump? Maybe that's it? Because it looks like I could slide into a jump. I'm not gonna bother. It's probably another amulet, but oh, this is a short level. If this is, oh, it's a mini bosses. No, don't. I don't want to be shocked. Ow. Ow. probably a result of some 4D thinking through the level design, knowing you made an old school game and knowing that people are going to expect old school tricks. Yeah, but sometimes that may be. Oh wait, hold on. You found the anonymous charm. Okay, what is the temporarily increased strength after killing an enemy? That's definitely not anonymous, actually, but. So wait, does that mean I have to do this? See, I have to wait. To do this. There's no other choice. Oh, okay. Sure. Don't know what changed on that one. Like, the jump precision's there, it's just, you don't want to take any damage, and therefore, you're gonna be one of you. I'm waiting for another more bombs from this place. That was really close. I don't like these spikes. I don't like the addition of these spikes. Oh boy. Are you gonna go away? You're extra timing though. Okay, fine. Man, some of these ones without a checkpoint. Yep, that's old school design. Doesn't mean I like it. The fireball trap being on its own timer instead of a link to the plates does seem brain pretzeling a little bit. Oh boy. Life? What the fuck did that do? What the fuck did that do? Oh. Okay. Thank God. I was about to say, I'm like, what the fuck did that do? Does that mean I should go this way to see what's over here? No, it's not. It's a completely different way to go. I'm assuming that go with the one with the switch. I'm not sure how to get by that one. You gotta, like, really time it the right. The fireballs are, like, a nice... Man, this is precision platforming, that's for sure. Ugh. You found the fragment of Ra. Excellent. What's the fragment of Ra? Slightly decreased slide cooldown. Okay, well, that's not really helpful to me, but I'll take it. Frickin' bombs. I can activate. Oh, you can only have 2 charms equipped at once. Actually, I'm going to equip. Just stay with that. Oh, really? Okay, okay. Now, design-wise, that... I get that I should have waited and seen, you know, drop down to the save portion, but that's a little bit evil, in my opinion. Just a little bit evil. Oh, okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Where's that chart that increases how cool your slide is, though? I'm assuming that is the extra, like, when you beat the game under 5 hours or something, you get a pair of shades that you put on, but it's only one shade because he only looks like he has one eye. Okay, that was easy. Definitely not gonna, is not trying for puzzles. That's for sure. So what is everyone else playing right now? Ah! Stupid bones. I feel like there's gotta be a secret up here. Nope. It does give slightly blasphemous vibes, although story-wise, it's not doing the same thing. It's trying to tell stories via the environment more than anything else, and it works to a certain extent. I just think that this is really... Devs, I appreciate you, but you're getting a little bit too cheeky for your own taste. Or my own taste. Your own taste. You're probably reasonably... okay, up, and get down, and then jump, and then up, and then... And then, there we go. Soda Dungeon 2 right now. Yeah. I don't think I've actually played Soda Dungeon 1. All I can remember is that there was a very, very bad beat 'em up that I played very early on in my YouTube career called like Soda City, and it was like it was bad, and I remember the dev really getting angry at my comments on it, and I'm like, I can't, you know, I gotta be honest with you, man. First prisoner was from the south, the second the east. Get a pen. South, east, and the third the west. Hey. Started Greedfall last night, though, because of the settings I kept tweaking. I still haven't made it out of Starter Zone. Yep. Don't think I did ever tried Greedfall. I'm actually falling a blank on what Greedfall is. Ow. Stop. Stop it. Soda Dungeon like an idle RPG, FPP, but so far didn't need... Okay. I gotcha. See this? Yeah, I was afraid of that happening. And yet... Oh. Stop. I'm onto your games. I don't think a bomb has hurt me yet, though. I feel like this is the longer way, therefore this is the... You're gonna get something extra this way. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'm just doing this and I'm gonna be going on the right path and I just completely skipped something that I need. I will admit that the bombs are getting a little bit too just no. I mean, I get you, I understand you, but no. You want me to collect all the money, and yet third action RPG in the vein of something like, okay, yeah, made by spiders. Let's take them forever with how tiny they are. When you have a huge world like that, or you know, even a small world like that, and interactables. Hold on. Did somebody start playing Snake Eater, please? It's the only thing I can think. I mean, there's been long ladders in before, but let's be honest with us. You were thinking Snake Eater. Yeah, more lives. Even more lives. Give me more lives. Okay, 8 lives, no healing at this point, but I'm not liking this. I'm not looking forward to this. Something about that wall. Oh, it's a tiki. It's a tiki boss. Fudge. This is not gonna be a fun fight. Yeah, it's not gonna be a fun fight. All right. All right, Tiki Man. Now I'm at full health. Woo! Jesus! That's a little aggressive for the third boss of the game, wouldn't you say? Not sure how I was... Oh, man. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to dodge some of those attacks. Okay, so then, yeah. The game does seem to be real focused, not a lot of fluff here. Yeah, you're right, but... Give me a second. Get something to drink. Remember, kids, drink responsibly. And I'm talking about wild cherry Pepsi here. Drink your wild cherry Pepsi responsibly, because you never know when you need wild cherry Pepsi and you're out. You thought it was alcohol? Not on this stream. Okay, let's try this again. 4. Okay. See, that lightning attack is not fun because he starts it so quickly, and you're like at the right, you're like right there. Like I'm literally right. Yakuza Trials in the Sky. You know what, Dynasty? I know. I get you. I understand. Get Hydropod in here. X-Blades. I understand. I'm doing indie games. I just did a review. I may do a 5-minute review on Toho Luna Nights because I feel like I want to give that game a score. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to get by that. I feel like I need to focus on the dash more than anything. Okay, I can duck that. The explosion also has that little bit of time. I am reviewing Virgo, yes. I am going to review it. I'm playing through it the second time right now. I'm playing it on masochist mode, which is basically, it doesn't show you the inputs. So you have to actually literally time it, which is actually fun the second time around. I could not see anybody doing the first time around just because, Jesus. This fight is not fun. What's also a little bit concerning is the fact that, like, his lightning, it's not necessarily, like, for and then, you know, stop. Jesus. Moonlocker's deck team looks really good too. Keylocker? Yeah, it's Keylocker. I definitely, that will be a game that I request to code. Like, I used to request codes all the time. Will you be reviewing Silksong, Darkest Dungeon 2, or Will o' the Wisps? I played Will o' Wisps on stream. I don't think I will be reviewing it. Maybe I'll get to it eventually, but I need to get back to it. Darkest Dungeon 2, maybe. Oh, damn it. It's hard to tell because he doesn't really have any telegraphs of what attacks he's going to do. Like, once he does it, then you can know that he's going to do something. Oh, Jesus Christ. Really, the biggest problem with this boss right now is that if you're in the wrong position, like, and what I mean by position is that if it just so happens that you get into a position where you're dodging just right, but you end up putting him in a position where it's almost like you can't dodge it, then you literally can't do anything. I've lost 7 or 8 lives on this guy, and that's not fun. Especially because the other bosses I felt like I had a chance on, this guy is like, you know, I'm getting maybe 5 hits on him, 6 hits. So he goes, so basically he goes as far as he needs to. Oh, fudge. Oh, fudge. Oh, fudge. Oh, fudge. How did I... So basically, when he does that... Okay, how the fuck was I supposed to do? Yes, I still have the show health charm equipped. It does not work against bosses. How much would it take for you to review Harem Hotel when it's eventually released? Considering YouTube's guidelines, I don't know. I could always censor things, but I feel like, I don't know. That would be weird. But I need to get like $200. No, money wouldn't be the problem there. I don't do this for the money. The issue would be time and what's coming out during that time and what interests me at that point. Oh, you spitting acid, huh? More than anything else. Oh, Jesus. Brute force saves the day. Yeah, barely. That was a hard fight. Like the game upped the difficulty. Up the difficulty in that section, that's for sure. Okay, and we do that, and we do this, and we hit you with it. Fudge. So you take 4 hits too. So it seems like it is a good practice that if they have some kind of clothing, they take 4 hits, but otherwise they take 3. Okay. You don't gotta show the porn parts. There's lots of note. Yeah, I understand that, but just from the fact is that even if I wouldn't do the porn parts, there's already like the fact that you have harem in there is probably going to be a bad keyword. But I will consider it. I admit that right now my focus is on, indie games that are coming out, and then obviously Virgo, because I really want to get a Virgo review done because it deserves it, and I really need to tell other people about the game. Which, yeah, you're saying, a couple months, 9 months after it came out, or 3 months, or 6 months, 9 months, whatever. Any sort of help for that game right now, just to get the word out, would be incredible, because it really is one of those situations where it's like, please try the game. For the love of God, try the game. I hear so many people complain about modern RPGs, how they are repetitive, how they don't do anything different, how stories are getting less interesting at times, and then you have something like Virgo comes along and no one's trying it, and you're like, why? Okay, save. Really doesn't matter because I only have 0 lives. Do we know, just for my sake, Dynasty, when is the expected release date on that? Like, I know that it sounds like it's in early access. Do they have, like, expected date of release? Oh, fudge. I didn't think about that. Fudge. Okay. So, do I go down here? Okay. Because obviously, I mean, with early access games, there is a big release date. There's a big release date on when it comes out of early access, and you can then get reasonable, like, I don't want to say views on it, because if I was all about the views, well, I'd be doing a very crappy job of that, obviously. But just for their own sake, like the viewership in terms of like, hey, getting eyes on it. Obviously, the early access period is a big one. I also was thinking the other day, I really do sort of want to do a little series on just game reviewing in general, and game criticism in general, sort of spawned by the absurdity of what happened with not only The Last of Us, but just in general what I've seen over the last even 6 months. Maybe. I admit I did not. The 3D transition to Risk of Rain 2 sort of turned me off, but I don't know why. Like, reviewing nowadays, like, I feel sorry for any reviewer. Like, I know I'm a reviewer, but there's literally no way you can win nowadays. You give your honest opinion on a game, you're gonna get shit no matter what. It's gonna happen. I get that, but seeing things like sort of the cabals that have occurred in terms of, I'm thinking of what happened with Angry Joe recently, and I watched his Last of Us 2 review, and I don't think it was anywhere near misogynistic as some people have said, and I'm actually very curious. I would love to see somebody, break it down for me. Like, okay, what do you think is the problem with this? Because, I mean, to me, it makes it clear that it has nothing to do with some of the characters. Like, I think he enjoyed Abby. It's just that, some of the character decisions, and in particular the handling of some of those characters didn't work very well from a story perspective. And I don't know. I feel like it's very easy to get on top of people for, having a different opinion, like the fact that he gave it a low score. But I don't know. I see that. I saw the SpongeBob review from the one reviewer that I feel like people were over dramatizing, some of the criticism there. I gotta guess a couple of years. I had to wait something like 2 months for a new date, and before that, I think the Devastated stories were halfway done. Okay, well, oh shit. Then I have a little bit of time. But getting a firm answer on that would be helpful. But I feel like the biggest problem with gaming criticism right now is that it's just literally whoever yells the loudest, and I feel like the game, it's less about even the game itself right now and more about, one of the things that I have done on this channel, and one of the things that I feel like is important for games, is that, yeah, I have a voice, and I'm going to use it, but I don't want to overshadow the reviews that I'm doing. And obviously that's a different mindset than somebody like Angry Joe. I mean, hell, the name alone says, hey, hold on a second. He's going to be loud. He's going to be something along that line. But I feel like nowadays, and I think one of the big things that I see, at least, is that traditional paper reviewers, and I mean writing reviewers, feel a little bit upset that that the personalities of YouTubers almost overshadow. Like, you think of a video game review by Donkey, you're thinking of Donkey himself. You're not thinking about his like review style in terms of like what he considers to be good and bad. It's literally, this is Donkey, and that's harder to get. Yeah, you have a writing style, of course, but that's harder to get on a page in terms of how do I freaking harder to get through writing. And I feel like there is a lot of good criticism there in terms of like, hey, you literally are making this about yourself, you need to, you know, scale it back. But it's just one thing in a list of things that maybe I'll talk about. I honestly don't want to really commit anything because obviously I don't have as much time as I used to. Took me 30 hours to play the game for the last build, and I probably need to grind more, so you could probably get away with 20 hours. Well, I mean, at least I don't have to go through those sections again, thanks to the gates. Oops. Do I have to do this again? Oh, thank God. I was about to say, I'm like, please no. But back to Primal Light. The thing right now is that it's definitely capturing the 90s Super NES feeling of, you know, something like a Super Ghouls and Ghosts or Super Castlevania. It's definitely doing that, and it's doing that well. With that said, it's also not necessarily awing me at any point, and there's a couple little things in here and there that are really starting to get on my nerves. Which those old games, yeah, they've always got something. They've always got something, but it really does feel like I need that life. Actually, I really didn't need that life. Oh, I got heals. I don't know why I kept myself at low health. Yeah, there's some reviews that are more like entertainment, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I think part of the problem right now is the fact that when you equate an entertainment review with a more traditional review and then you start comparing them, I feel like it's apples and oranges. Like, yeah, they're both fruit, but you know, you're getting something a little bit different out of the experience. And I do feel like, well, wait a minute, you know, should that be considered on the same level? I don't know. Fudge. Interesting, Dynasty. Crap, I don't have a lot of health. I don't really... I did not think I touched the acid there. Ooh, spawning me right on top of an enemy. That's low. Like, it's little inconsistencies like that that's bothering me. Where it's just like, I feel like maybe the QA team, and I'm not saying the QA team didn't do a good job. They did. I haven't had any bugs. I haven't had any real issues. But I feel like maybe the QA team was too small in terms of like, okay, the same person playing, and they didn't I lost my train of thought there. Like, there's consistency issues in terms of like, hey, you know, you probably shouldn't spawn that person there. And a person who's played it over and over again probably knows, okay, that person's there, and I don't have to worry about that. But a newer player would have seen that, but like, hey, wait a minute, hold on. You heal with the Y button. It's the green bars as you see on the left there, and you have 3 of them. Fudge. Fudge. And give me a second, FAQ. I will get into that. So, yeah, so you have 3 heals. It heals about, I want to say, 2/3 of your life bar. I don't want to say half. It may be half, but it's definitely not one like it has those 3 segments on there, it looks like, and it's definitely not 3 segmented. Likely not in the next year. Okay. It's good to know, Dynasty. So originally, so the backstory of this channel, FAQ, a little bit of a history lesson. I was tired of my job at a place called SPX Gen Fair. I had worked my butt off. I had actually just gotten been put into a project leadership role that really was more of a like an actual leadership role, or coordinating things like that. And it's like, okay, fine. I hadn't flown on a plane before. They asked me to fly down and actually give a presentation to somewhere. Okay, and then finally I'm like, okay, I've done all this. Now let me do a design of the system in question, actually architect the code from the ground up, as opposed to being like this, what I ended up getting the nickname of firefighter. And I could never get a straight answer on that, because they did not want to give me a straight answer on it, because I was too valuable in firefighting, I was too valuable in stuff like that, and that's not what I wanted to do. And I got tired of it because I never got a path to do that, and so I said enough. And so I had a bunch of money saved up. I thought about things, and I played around with a little bit of Android development. I played around with a little bit here and there. But one day I was like, you know what? I would like to just do a little bit of video creation. And the first video I did was the first video on the channel officially was a suggestion for mods for Torchlight 2. It was using Camista Studio, using actually pretty much the same mic that I use right now, because when it comes to stuff like this, I don't half-ass things. Like, I could have gotten a Blue Yeti and, done the same thing as most other streamers and others do, but I was like, no, I'm going to do my research, see what it's going on, and it was like, okay, this is the best one for everybody. The token of Baba is you. Slightly decreased player. Yeah, that is sort of useful. So, if you were tasked with making the most cursed game you could imagine, what would it look like? Let me finish the story that I'm telling FAQ, and then I will get to that question. So then I played around with a little bit of Let's Plays, but the thing that got me into focusing on indie games and reviews was the fact that I did have a major problem with some reviews that I saw in the world. One of the biggest ones I remember, and it is one that I bring up constantly, is the Bayonetta review by Arthur Guise. It was something that, I understand that certain people have problems with, is Bayonetta necessarily the most PG-friendly game? Or would it be wrong for certain people? Or specifically, is it not for everybody? No, of course not. But what I had a problem with was it was very hard to tell where the morality and where the game criticism started and ended. Because when you're sitting there and you're talking about a review like that, and you're talking about, how Bayonetta is, doing a strip dance on a pole, and you're getting so into that, and how it's bad for, this and that, and so on and so forth. And you're so focused on that it's hard to tell where the score starts and where the score ends, that's when I was like, well, wait a minute, hold on a second. Like, it was really hard to differentiate, how does a person who doesn't have a problem with that react to that? Because if they don't have a problem like this person did, then it's going to be really hard for that person to understand, hey, wait a minute, where does this game lie for me? In addition, I had gotten sick of seeing there were some, small indie games that really were great, and like nobody was covering them at the time. And so I'm like, you know what? Let me do this. Let me focus on the mid-level titles. Let me focus on things like one of the bigger, I don't want to say bigger, games like Onichiabra Z2, where it's like, yeah, it was a little bit known, but a smaller reviewer like myself starting out, like, hey, get a foot in the door, talk about those games, things like that, and each of them had their own merits. And it's a review that I really don't dislike to this day. It is a review that I think everybody who does criticism should read, though, because I feel like there are ways that you could have been talked about where it obviously wasn't. It would have been a lot easier to explain what was going on. I don't know why I just didn't attack that guy first. I will admit that seeing some of the I don't want to say, I did think that there were issues in the gaming world in terms of biases that I feel like were not very well explained. And I feel like when it came to reviews in particular, it just felt like, and it's something I still feel to this day, that being a reviewer is easy. Being a critic is hard. Every time I hear that somebody's saying that being a game critic is easy, no, it's not. Being a good game critic is hard when you have to take that step back, when you have to say, hey, I hate the Quiet Man up and down. I hate Bubsy up and down. But you know what? If this game is good, I need to take a step back and see, hey, is this for this guy? Is this for this audience? Is this for that audience? And thank you, Angela, for also doing that. I also wanted to just do something like, shine a light, and also in particular, what's the word I'm looking for? Bridge the gap between the technical understanding of programming versus development and the regular user. And what I mean by that is, like sometimes, especially in my reviews, I will point out, hey, look, it would have been make more sense to do that, but also try to explain to somebody who may not necessarily know, hey, it's not just easy to, to snap your fingers and, make something, work the way that you want it to. Try to explain to people, every design decision has its consequences, and some of the early game design videos I did was that. But I felt like in the end, it was something that I just wanted to try to be a little bit more, I don't want to say an intelligent critic, because there are definitely intelligent critics on YouTube. But I felt like when it came down to it, we needed more people like Total Biscuit and more people like Super Bunny Hop than we did a Donkey. Don't get me wrong, Donkey is fine for who he is, and I still watch his videos from time to time. But I felt like if gaming was going to be taken more seriously, and I think that in certain cases it did need to be taken more seriously, even from a fun factor, don't get me wrong, we needed more smarter criticism. And that's still what I try to do today. Try to, explain things, try to point out things that I think other people may miss, but also match the games to the people, because there's just so many games out there. There's just so many games out there nowadays that, it's hard. I'm gonna keep on talking, but to answer you, what would you rate the original Bubsy out of 100? I didn't play through the original Bubsy all the way through, so it's hard. I think it would have been probably in the 75 range. I remember the original Bubsy being okay. I just wanted to be a voice of reason and voice of, hey, I completely messed it up. More of a detailed critic, because obviously my videos, even early on, I did do, sort of let's play type videos or let's try videos or stuff like that. And eventually I sort of got into that niche of longer review videos. Give me a second. Also, bad critics hurt the seriousness of the job. And people go, why listen to critics? They're dumb. And the thing is that, again, it's very easy. Like, it's very easy to get something wrong. I mean, the thing about games in particular is that there's a lot of different ways to do design choices. Not every game is going to be for the main audience. Not every game is going to be a perfect 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. But on the other hand, there's going to be games that are worth, their salt in terms of, okay, an educational game that Reading Blaster. Is it a good game? Probably from a purely number perspective, no. But is it a game that you should buy your kids? Yeah, most definitely. It may not have a fun factor. It may not have a very long shelf life, but it's something that's important for that specific medium. I mean, I remember playing Math Blaster and Reading Blaster and learning a shit ton when I was a kid. To me, it's been always about hey, you may not like this game, but maybe consider trying this. Or maybe if you're, in particular, the one thing I always wanted to do was, hey, guess what? You may not like RTSs, or you may have problems with RTSs in terms of it's just not a genre that you have fun with, or maybe you need something to sort of ease you into it. Maybe you do like RTSs and you just don't understand them, and maybe there's some game out there that will bring you to that. Those gateway games. And stuff like that has always been very, close to my heart in terms of hey, this is a gateway game. Flying Red Barrel would be a great example of, hey, this is, it's not necessarily a great shmup, but for somebody who's a veteran of the genre, wanting something a little bit different, yeah, it works for them. Oh yeah, Math Blaster. I don't know why it did electric attack there, because none of these enemies are electric. I don't like the fact that there's electric attacks. And you rarely see me go off on a developer. You rarely see, even when doing the quiet man, at first I was like, you know, I get what they're trying to do. But at a certain point, it's like, well, okay, hold on a second. Yeah, that's great, but it was still a bad game. How do I get up there? When buying games to review, I have a problem to pick genres I don't like, never tried, like RTS. So one of the rules I made for myself when I was doing reviewing full time, and it didn't work out, but you know, that's fine, was that, you know, if you noticed my reviews, rarely did I ever do the same genre twice in a row. And that was a rule I set for myself because one of the things I think is, you know, there is genre fatigue at certain points. Yeah, you can have experts on things. You can have somebody who's an RTS expert, and, you know, you want their opinion, of course. But if you're playing... Best example I can give is the Ubisoft example. Remember when Ubisoft was just basically the open world? They're still the open world people. Where literally everything they had the equivalent of radio towers, where it's just like all these side quests. And several of those games end up playing very, very much the same. Watch Dogs, in the end, played very similar to Assassin's Creed. Let's be honest. They had obvious differences, but in the end, they played very similar, especially with the side quests. Having a reviewer play multiple, especially of the big titles, multiple titles of that, eventually, yeah, they probably are going to get sick of it. And that's bad. But you could deal with that by, hey, maybe play a puzzle game. Maybe play something else. And that's something that I gave to myself, like, hey, you know, make sure that you don't unfairly give a game like that. Give the game all the shit that it can, or give it all the chances that it can to be the best game that it can be for you. Now, granted, lately that hasn't necessarily been as much of a problem, mostly because I get it. The frequency of my reviews, not as much lately. New job, you know, moved it halfway across the country. A little bit different. Should Bubsy stop existing? Bubsy, if anything, Bubsy should be reimagined. I feel like the thing with Bubsy is that part of the thing with Bubsy right now is the fact that it's almost like expected to be bad in terms of like some of the jokes and things like that, and I think that actually hurts him. I don't want to say, like, you know, turn him into the super realistic, you know, super, you know, hardcore type of character, but maybe consider moving him to a different genre or something, or maybe focus on maybe a more family-friendly comedy version of Bubsy, or, you know, focus on the actual gameplay. Put that first and foremost. Yes, Bubsy is a smart aleck talking cat, but that's not going to sell your game. You produce more reviews than I have. I think you were produced, all things considered. I mean, there was a time on this channel when I was doing this full time that you would get a review or two a week, even more than that. That was probably 2017, 16, 2016. Trying to remember. I think the first review I did with my scoring, with my enhancer system, was Evil Within. What's your answer about a oh boy. Hold on. Oh, fudge. What is an answer about a cursed game you would develop? Hold on, I need to heal a little bit. focusing on. Can you repeat the question of what you mean by cursed game? Wait, hold on. If you were tasked with making the most cursed game still good, though, you could imagine what would it look like. So I've actually thought about this. I would make a procedural FPS, a procedurally generated FPS with a crafting system that doesn't stop you from trying things. Like, for example, like obviously you've got, you put a bullet bottle on the end of a gun, it's a silencer. Okay, fine. But, if you were to try a gun with a brick, you'd be stopped from doing that in most games. What I would want to do is, no, you can do that. You could break your shit, and you could do some really stupid things and end up causing yourself a whole bunch of pain, but I'm going to allow you to do it. And that's how it would be cursed, because you have no idea what's going on. And in addition, every so often, the recipes would change. So, maybe, just maybe this time around, that bottle, nah, didn't work. Now there's glass in your gun. Faster. Oh, fudge. So that would be my equivalent cursed game. I said this is maybe influenced by your experience with Mother Gun. Actually, now that I think about it, not really. The problem with Mother Gunship was the fact that the enemy, the last section of that game absolutely killed everything about it. Like, I liked Mother Gunship's, like, the idea of crafting guns and things like that. But in the end, that last section and just the repeatedly, randomness of enemies and, some things would work, some things wouldn't. That's what killed it. I would love to make an engine that would be able to interpret that and be able to, sort of respond on the fly. Yeah, boy. Getting faster. Damn it. This is getting hard. And I'm like half asleep right now. I for some reason get very more talkative when I'm tired. Almost to the point of grogginess, but I don't know how to easily. Come on. Dang it. Yep. Come on. What if somebody told you to replay Stranger of Sword City and Mother Gunship one day? I would ask if Mother Gunship had been patched for that last section. And if somebody asked me to play Stranger of Sword City, I mean, you guys are going to want me to play Stranger of Sword City 2 when it comes out. It's supposed to come out. Now, the real problem there, from that perspective, is the fact that I now have a lifeline in terms of somebody who will protect me from bad decisions, aka Andrea. Because before I would just go and... Oh, I can dash now. How is this different from a roll? And unfortunately, it was saying something else, but it stopped itself. Oh, can I dash in the air? I can. Okay, that makes it a little bit different from a roll. It's really weird that they're asking to... Let me put it this way. Stranger of Sword City and Mother Gunship, at no point would I say, like, if I was to do, like, let's say, I've always thought I would want to do a charity stream one day. And if somebody, like, said, you know, I'm going to donate, you know, a bunch of money to your favorite, the charity that you're going, if you could play Mother Gunship again, I wouldn't be against it. The Quiet Man, that one could be a problem. I mean, what else was I gonna... Does the roll have a hitbox, but the dash has a beauty out dashing? Ooh, max heals increased. Ooh, thank God. Let's see that many games that have a dash, slide, and roll. True. Whoa, that's a weird effect. It's a little bit concerning, honestly. The problem with the dash right now, though, is it almost makes the precision platforming a little bit easy. Now, granted, obviously, they're gonna change up the challenge, but yes, even Shaq Fu, I mean, for a charity stream, I would. The one I would be like, no, would be the Quiet Man. It would be something like, don't put me through that again. Because Jesus Christ, that game deserves to be ridiculed for the rest of time. Shaq Fu came close, though. Shaq Fu comes close to that, especially the other one. No. Fudge. Oh, good. Yep, the precision platforming is getting harder. Oh, what really? Okay. Contrary to popular belief, I didn't hate Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom was funny. Sonic Boom to me was like laughably bad. To the point where it was like, yeah, I gave it a low score. It was not a game that was worth buying. But on the other hand, I really enjoyed myself. Now, granted, I don't know if I could say that anymore now, because part of the charm was the fact that it was so glitchy. And now, I don't know if all that has been patched. Alone in the Dark Illumination would be a game that I'd say no to. Mostly because I doubt that anybody's playing on those servers. And furthermore, screw that game. There's not even a comedy element that could be gotten out of it. It's just that bad. The thing with Primal right now is that, like, it's upping the challenge. And it's doing what I would expect a game like this to do in terms of, like, you know, bringing more difficulty, bringing more something new to the table, like with these rings and then the dash. And yet, I'm sitting here and going, is there anything different? Like, I almost want something different. Revelations 2. Fudge. The problem with Revelations 2 would be the fact that it would become a game design stream. It would literally become I'm doing a game design stream because there's so many problems with it that I couldn't really get my head around it. That is just an that is just a nasty trap. That's quite the animation on the swinging ball. Yeah, it's a little bit strange, to be honest with you. Like, I could do Revelations 2, and maybe from a game design perspective, people would want to see like why I hated it so much. Like, I've done like 4 videos on it. I did 4. I think that is the one that I did the most game design videos on. I think I did 4 separate game design videos on how I hated Resident Evil Revelations 2. Because it made so many weird-ass decisions. Like the boss that you could literally cheese till no end because there was a center pillar in the room and it literally got stuck on it. And it not in a good way. Like, there was the segment with the locked door and it not making any sense from a story perspective. There was the sort of last part where, you know, you had to chase your the characters had to go, you know, through this, you know, exploding part, and they yeah, there's so many things. I think part of the issue here is that some of these jumps, like, they're really like right at the edge of things, and I feel like the game at times doesn't earn that. What I mean by that is that, like, just randomly you'll get a jump that is a little harder, like, and that's fine. But then you get a jump that's like, oh, okay, well, hold on a second, this is just. Let's do this all again. This is just ridiculous. And did I ever do a game design video on Bubsy? I did not. I did do a little game design in between on the review though. I remember literally taking like 5 minutes in the review just to explain one of the horrible design decisions. See, like, some of these platforms, they're so small, and I get what they're trying to do in terms of, like, forcing the player to have to react to things, but, like, it's so small that you literally don't have a lot of options. Okay, I know what I'm trying to say. It's that there's usually a safe way in these games, and there's a not safe way. Like, there's a way where you can get through it in the first attempt or something, but, you know, it's really hard to pull off skill-wise. I think my biggest problem here is the fact that, in essence, I don't see that skill. It's like, you literally have to wait a period of time, and then get a hit in, and then that's it. Like, there's no room for it to, like, be right on the edge of something just to get that extra little space you need so that it doesn't hit you. Early on it did, like in level 2 or so, but right now is... Why am I going this way? I don't need to go this way. I feel like the game is trying to be harder against itself. Like, it's harming itself while doing that. I think this may be the last life. I am completely out of it right now. Because I'm rambling. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm barely talking. All right. I'm going to end it on that. I'm going to end it on that because I'm half asleep. Don't know what I'm doing. Primal Light, if you want a realistic retro 16-bit experience of something like Super Ghosts and Goblins, Super Castlevania 4, those old school, very detailed, precision platformers that you have to attack at the right side. Primal Light is going to be your game. I don't think this is for people who are new to the genre. This game has a frustration factor that definitely is going to get some people angry at it, and for good reason. There are some questionable design decisions in terms of the fact that, maybe it uses bombs a little bit too much. I haven't been hit by a bomb yet, but the fact that I have to keep on dodging them over and over again, I get what you're trying to do. It's still not less annoying than the 270 for time. There are little sections like this that really bring the game to a shining halt, especially because okay, now I got to go through this all again to try to do that one little section on an insta-kill mechanic. Yes, that is relative to the era. And I do like the fact that they actually gave health this one. And I appreciate the design that went into the the abilities and the level design. I feel like it needed another cycle within that to really take advantage of it. Maybe a little bit more QA in certain areas to take advantage of it. But it's a fun game for people who like this kind of game. It is not a fun game for people who don't like it. This is not a game. This is not like as I explained earlier in the stream, this is not a game that is going to get you into the genre. This is not a game that anybody who doesn't like this, these hard precision platformers, who don't like that Castlevania with the delay and the whip, you're gonna hate this if you hate those kind of games. And there's nothing different about this one. But it's good for what it is, and if you like that, go right ahead. This is $14.99. You'll get your money out of it, and you'll get your fun out of it. For me, it's not a game that I will necessarily come back to. It's a game that would have been a rental at a Blockbuster back in the day, and then I probably would never have rented it again. And that's that. Tomorrow will be Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2. I know some people asked if I wanted to do Deadly Premonition 2. I am not going to do that. One, I still have to play through the first game. And we all know what happened when I try to stream the first game on the PC. Maybe I'll do the Switch version someday. And two, Jesus Christ, that frame rate. Yeah. But I know that certain people want me to play that. Maybe someday. Maybe someday in the near future. Working on the Virgo review. May do a Toho Luna Nights review. Anime I have watched this season. I haven't watched that many. I actually need to catch up on things. Sinbad. I watched Sinbad. Sinbad, I think the purple one with purple hair, was on Netflix. I enjoyed that one. But I'm going to call it a night, guys. Thank you for coming out, and I will see you tomorrow. And hopefully I will not be horribly rambly. Okay, later.